5 tips to become the best at sales. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can increase your sales dramatically. So just bear with me there. Today, we're actually bringing out the flip chart. Now, you know, it means serious business when this baby comes out. You know, recently I've been doing a lot of law of attraction videos, been doing a lot of mindset videos. While mindset is very important, they say mindset is 80% of success, but you still need to know the mechanics to it. So today I want to actually break down the strategies because you need to know what to do. There's no point just being really psyched out and positive. When you get out there, how do you close the deals? How do you actually close the sales? There's no point sitting there and just thinking, I want to manifest money, right? So I want to break down for you the exact same template that I use to close 54 deals, franchise deals, at £200,000 each, right? That's around $250,000 each. Now that's quite a few mil, but aside from that, how I've been able to take a brand new events business up to $1.5 million within just 18 months, and how I've been able to do it online and offline as well. So I wanted to break it all down for you because these key fundamentals that I'm going to be sharing with you can be applied to any product, to any service, to even your job if you're in a sales job, right? Or maybe you're in multi-level marketing or network marketing. It doesn't matter what you are doing right now, even if you are pitching for finance, right? I've done that plenty of times before. This strategy, the exact 5 points I'm going to be sharing with you here are the strategies that allowed me to get my first Aston Martin at the age of 24. A lot of people think, you know, Eric, how did you do it at such a young age? Because if you look at the greatest leaders out there, the greatest entrepreneurs out there, they are all great at sales. Because the whole principle is understanding that selling is serving. When you understand this principle, everything will change for you. Because it doesn't matter how good your product is, it doesn't matter how good your service is, it doesn't matter if you have a message that can change the world. But if you don't know how to sell it to someone, to offer it to someone, to give somebody that opportunity and know how to sell it and package it up, then you can't serve anybody. You might as well just keep that great solution or that great idea to yourself and sleep on it. So that's why I'm going to break it down for you. And if you apply all 5 of these things and you master these 5 things, let me tell you, your sales will shoot through the roof. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, because I've been sharing this with thousands and thousands of people across platforms all around the world. People have been able to use it to close $100 million deals. Okay, so we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, show reel. Hit it.
People have today isn't that they're struggling, isn't that they can't get out of their shit. It's because the shit that they're in isn't big enough. And why I say that is because if that shit was big enough right now, if the people had a gun pointed to their head, they would actually get their ass moving. Always understand that emotions is what leads to motion. It's energy in motion. So if your emotional drive is not strong enough, you're not going to do anything to get out of it.
What's up, guys? This is Eric Ho here, international speaker, entrepreneur, and best-selling author. And in this video, we're going to break down the 5 key principles, the 5 tips you can use to increase your sales dramatically. If you want to be the best at sales out there, then make sure to pay close attention. And by the way, those of you who are new to this channel, what we actually do is we type our learnings in the comments box below. And the reason I ask you to do that is because that instills our learning on a deeper level. So I know you guys are paying close attention and you're actually absorbing the information so you can actually use it after the video. Okay, so guys, we're gonna start off from the center here, okay? The center of any sales strategy, any sales technique, the beginning, the central point, right? The heart of every great salesperson is this thing here, and is what we call value. So the biggest problem I see a lot of the time with people out there is they can't sell something is because, number one, they don't have something of value to other people. It's probably something that they really like themselves. But if you don't have something that is of immense value to the other people, it's very hard for you to sell it. So that's the core of sales. You need to find something that you know other people want, other people desire. So those of you who are starting out in business, it's easy to actually work backwards and think, okay, what do people want? Go out and find it and then offer it, because you know that you already stand a much higher chance of selling that thing because people want it in the first place. And also, the other thing about value is always remember now, I want you to type the first thing in the comments box now, value first. Okay, just type in the words value first. And I want you to lock that learning in. Now, what does this mean? It means whenever you are about to strike a deal, whenever you are trying to impress an investor with your unique proposition or your business or your venture or your project, whatever it is that you need an investment for right now, right? Or if you're trying to impress a customer or consumer or potential customer or consumer, right? The most important thing is you put value first. What does this mean? It means you bring value to the table first. Why? It's because this is part of building the relationship. Always understand, okay? Now type this in the comments box below as well. People buy from people they know, they like, and they trust. And people usually know and like and trust people who have already, they've received some value from them, okay? So how can you put value first? Instead of just going into a sales thing and thinking, I want to sell this thing, I want to sell this thing. Instead of going selling first, why not think, hey, how can I be of value first? Because when I do, I build this very, very good relationship and I gain the know, like, and trust. So I have the advantage of going in with the sell, okay? So this is the value, the core of your product, your service, your business. You must totally believe and understand that it is of value to other people, not just yourself, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing, understand this. Now I want you to type it in the comments box now. It's all a numbers game. I remember delivering this speech once at a university, and I was saying it's all a numbers game. If you want to be good at selling, if you want to make more money, if you want more customers, more clients, if you want investors, it's all a numbers game. And I remember somebody raised their hand and they said, no, Eric, it's not. With my business, it's about quality leads, not about numbers. I said, no. Is it not about the numbers of quality leads? And then he says, well, yes. And I said, so it's still a numbers game. Right? I don't care if it's quality leads, non-quality leads, qualified leads, non-qualified leads, it's still a numbers game. What does this mean? It means the more people you reach out to, the more sales you will get, period. The thing is, with a lot of people going out there, they pitch to one person, pitch to two people, then they're like, oh, everyone's rejecting me, it's not really working out. And they give up, okay? That's why it's not working out for you. It's because you need to pitch out to a lot of people. When I got the 54 franchisees at £200,000 each, okay, I did that in like 3 years, 2 to 3 years. And people thought, how on earth did I do it? Well, very simple. It's because I got in front of people. I must have pitched to thousands of people to get that 54. Now, the question really is this. When it becomes a numbers game, what tires most people out, they don't like the idea of rejection. But when people say no to me, how do I deal with it? And I want to give you a very simple mantra that I learned from my great mentors many years ago, and it's helped me ever since, you know. Today, I have no fear of rejection. Why? It's because if you understand you have something of immense value to other people, if people don't take it, that's their loss, not yours, right? When you come from that place of service, everything changes. Your perspective changes. So how do we look at it? This mantra, I want you to type in the comments box below as well, okay? There's going to be multiple learnings here. That's why I want you to type it all out. Otherwise, you're going to forget everything at the end of it. So at least this instills your learning, okay? The mantra goes SW, 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 next. So what does this mean? Some will, some won't, so what, next, right? I remember I used to make calls as well, cold calls. I mean, if you're not used to cold calls, it's a nightmare because you're literally calling people up. People are like effing and blinding at you, and then they put the phone down, and then they're shouting at you, and then you get really offended by it. But what you need to understand is that they're not actually offending you, right? They're not speaking to you. They don't even know you. So why do you care so much? Why are you allowing them to affect your emotions, the way you are? So instead of doing that, I used to make a phone call, okay? And then if somebody was to put the phone down, I'll just say, some will, some won't, so what, next. Keep going, next, keep going, next, keep going, next, because we're finding, right, those little gems within the hundreds of people. And when we find it, we know we're serving people, and at the end of it, we also know that we are cashing out. We're actually making money too. Okay, so understand that's all a numbers game. Go out there, just keep speaking to people. The more people you speak to, the more people you pitch to, right, the better you become. The period, right? That's all you need to understand. Then going on to here is called building rapport. Now, you probably heard a lot of people talk about building rapport before, but not many people actually teach you how do you build the rapport. What do? You meet somebody and you say, how's the weather today? You know, what do you do? Understand how rapport is built by two main ways. Number one, people have rapport with people that are alike them. So if you are like them, you build rapport. Number two, people build rapport with people who they aspire to be like. So if you're somebody they aspire to be like, or you're doing something, or you have something they aspire to have, then what will happen is they will have a lot of rapport. That relationship will immediately have the rapport. Now, if you're going in for a cold lead, for a cold meeting, you've never spoken before, it's very hard to know what they want and what they like, right? Immediately. So the easiest way is to go in and like them. And how do you do it? You do it through a process called, now I want you to type it below as well. It's called matching and mirroring. Right? Matching and mirroring. What does this mean? It means that when you go into a meeting, if they were to sit closed, you can sit closed. If they were to sit confident, you sit confident. If they were to sit a little bit slouched, you can sit a little bit slouched. Why? Because think about it this way. If you were somebody a bit slouchy like this, and you're sitting there, and then what happens is I walk up, I'm like this salesperson, right? Do you feel you will like me? You won't. Because immediately you feel a little bit intimidated and you'll feel like, oh, this person's too powerful for me. But if you sat like this, and I walked in and I kind of sat like this and I said, hey, how's it going? You feel like, wow, I kind of like this guy. Why? Because people like people who are like themselves. On the other note, if somebody walks up, they're really, really confident to you, and then you're like slouching, what will they think of you? They think, not sure I want to buy from this person, not sure if I want to work with this person. So you want to be alike them. That gets you the instant rapport. Now, I can talk about rapport all day long, but I hope you can take this away and actually implement it, because this will be a good starting point for you. Okay? So that's building rapport. Then goes on to our fourth thing here. This is really, really cool, right? Because this part are the fundamentals. These two parts is what allows your sales to shoot up like crazy if you understand how to close the deals. This L here stands for logic. If you understand whenever you are selling anything to anyone, what the other person is doing is they are objecting to everything you say. What does this mean? Because we live in a skeptical world. Everybody has skeptical minds. So it doesn't matter what you say. If you say this works, that works, this pen can draw for hours, people will challenge, they'll question, they won't believe you. So what does this mean? It means that you need to answer to their logical mind. And how do you answer to their logical mind? With stats, facts, figures, demos, examples, analogies, stories, testimonials. If you use any of these 8 things, it becomes very, very powerful, because you can back up every statement that you make within a sales pitch. And then we have the final thing here, is the most powerful thing of all. And if you can tap into this thing here, you will see everything skyrocket. Why? Because this is the desire. This is the emotional desire. Now, those of you who always watch my law of attraction videos, you'll start seeing a link here. What do I usually talk about emotions? I usually say emotions is what? Energy in motion. So understand something here. If you can create an emotional desire, you can create the desire through emotions, right? By amplifying their feeling towards something. How can you make it so joyful? How can you make the problem so painful? If you can press these 2 emotional driver buttons, that emotion is energy in motion. It sets off the motion and it allows people to take action and work with you, or buy from you, or allow you to serve them. It creates action. So that's the final button here. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope it's been useful. If it's been useful, hit the thumbs up. Also, comment below. Let us know if you want to learn any part in particular more, or if you want to learn one-to-one closing, closing on the phone, or you want to learn closing from stage, or you want to learn, whatever type of closing you have environment, just comment below and I'll read through it. And these are just answering to you guys, whatever you guys want to learn, let me know. I've been speaking all around the world the last few years, teaching business, teaching sales, teaching franchising, teaching closing deals. Right? People pay me tens of thousands of pounds a day to teach this stuff. If you want to learn the deeper stuff, just comment below, let us know what you want to learn. If there's enough demand, I'll create another video teaching you guys this stuff. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this video, remember, give it a thumbs up. Also, comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. It's always nice to know. Next week, I'm out in America. I'm going to be out in LA. So if any of you are in and around LA area, or if any of you are in and around India or Malaysia, I'm going to be out there in a few weeks' time too. Maybe there's an opportunity to catch up or do a meet and greet. Finally, remember, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it if you haven't already, because now, this year, I'm dedicated to making daily videos on business, on spirituality, on positivity, on anything great, on anything positive that can inspire you, that can equip you to make 2018 your best year yet. But for now, guys, ciao.